Hello, I'm Major Penal, and today I bring you another video. Today, this video is broken up into two parts. This part is the kit bashing of my Bloodborne Arthurian Knights, the Knights of Camelot. Or the Astartes, depending on who you want to ask. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because the video for just painting is over 30 minutes long in my regular style. So I've had an idea. I'm going to do something a bit different with the painting side to this. The kit bash will be the same as always. Painting will be more watching me paint, and while I talk about lore. That's the kind of idea, because I'm trying to refine that. So that should be Monday when this comes out on Friday. No, it'll come out on Sunday, so yeah. Next video will be a lore video if I can get it done, hopefully. Alright, enough of me yapping. Hope you guys enjoy. If you do enjoy, please consider liking, subscribing, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. And let's get into it. Starting this kit bash, I grabbed the Skull Taker from the Demon of Corn, Castellan Crow, the Grey Knight Hunter, no, Demon Hunter, the White King, or Right King, I believe that's pronounced, and of course, High Marshal Helbrecht, as he will be the base model. This is an expensive kit badge, don't judge me. The Skull Taker is solely to replace the Orc. That's the only reason I got him. I'm being fun. Alright, let's get into it. Comparing the models and instructions, I built up Helbrecht's base to a degree that allows me to actually see what the fuck is going on. Why are you so quiet? There we go, that should be better. Looking at the instructions and how the base actually goes together, I never understand their design choices of how they put things together, but I mean, Helbrecht's is pretty decent. Though this extra bit of like rock, it was a bit of an odd choice to add. I'm not sure why they added it, because who really would want it with a rock instead of the Orc, but who knows. Yeah, basically I'm comparing the idea of swapping the Orc out for the Skull Taker. And I do manage to do it. I do have to break some surgery to the Skull Taker's back. But other than his back and his legs, specifically the sort of stretched out one and the bent one, I just kind of have to repose them slightly, not by much, and I hide those reposing with dirt, so you don't really notice it, which works out well for me. Going about it again, I do a lot of these in this one here is a big kit bash for me, so I do take my time to compare bits and pieces. I will admit the only reason I got Crow, Castellan Crow, was literally for the demon sword he has, and that librarian base bit. Just like the tombstone looking thing. Tombstone? It's not a tombstone. Just a massive rock with a skull on it. That's literally the only reason I got Crow. Comparing his blade to Helbrecht's, his one is slightly shorter because he's a firstborn marine, if I remember correctly there. Yeah, firstborn. Grey Knights need an update. I don't know why they need it, but they need an update. They looked so shrimpy next to his Primaris. I cannot believe. I understand the veterans, and I know I came in 11th edition. No, I came in 10th edition. What am I going on about? I started playing Warhammer in 10th edition back in Leviathan box set came out. But looking at Primaris compared to first one, I understand where people's the nostalgia comes from. But we have to admit, Games Workshop ain't going back to the firstborn. The closest we got for that is the Horus Heresy, and that's not really it, because that's going to scale shifting up to Primaris size anyway. But other than that, Like, Grey Knights just deserve something a bit more big, bulky. You can't tell me the highest regarding demon hunters are literally so secretive that they're considered tiny. What is this, Rogel Dawn? Now, the Right King. The only thing I really need from the Right King is his head. His head and his crown, because again, this is King Arthur and I needed a crown. Now, people ask, why did I not go get some 3D printed bits? Mainly because my local games workshop does not allow 3D printing anything, and I want this to be tournament legal to a degree. Most of my army is tournament legal, so I would try and keep it that way. Now, building this model, first thing I do is clip out Hellbrick and his base, and I start de-templaring Hellbrick. Surprisingly, didn't take me as long as I thought it would. Only took me about 30 minutes it took me to Templar Hellbrick by removing all these Templar crosses. Other than that, worked out pretty good. Put the base together, went together. Actually, surprisingly, that base went together so bloody well. I am surprised that other bases don't go together as well. I know most Marines don't have them, but from bases I have worked with, which is like Rabute Gilliman, Abaddon, Fulgrim. He doesn't have a base. What am I talking about? Ragnar, the Beast, I think its name is, from Age of Sigmar. So many of Warhammer like bases they have, scenic bases, don't work well. I don't know why they don't fit together. It's probably builder's error, but the Hellbrick, I will admit, went together really well. His base went almost perfect. Now, the way I get rid of the Templar cross is basically I use my nippers, remove the bulk of it, take my scalpel here, and just slowly scrape away until I have the majority of it gone. Then use, of course, thin cement to melt the rest of it back so it looks natural enough. I do specifically remove the lower Templar purity seal on this Marine, on Hellbrick's leg, and replaces it with a just generic Aquila one with the eel on it, because I got plenty of them. Because I wanted no Templar Z iconography on this. To the point that even with the sword, Hellbrick's sword, because it's got the cross on it, I removed the pommel of it, which is like the end of the sword, and replaced it with, I believe, the Wraith Knight's pommel. I'm pretty sure it's his pommel as well. No, it was Krau's pommel, that's it. To just kind of break off that, move him further away from the Templar iconography. Now, I was originally going to keep the crossguard of Crow. Why am I going Crowley? We watched too much Supernatural. But yeah, I removed the crossguard of. I was really going to try and keep the crossguard of Crow's sword, but in the end decided against it because it wasn't going to work. And there's me putting Crow's pommel on Hellbrick's sword, and then sort of making it work as best I can. I will admit, sword swapping Hellbrick for Crow was a bit of a challenge, because one, the swords don't match in size, and to make it look like he's actually like sort of somewhat doing something to this demon was pain. It was genuine pain. Now, I'm not using any of the servitors that Hellbrick uses to polish his gear, because one, they wouldn't fit. Two, I had to trim down Hellbrick's base just a little bit, not a lot, to fit on a 50mm base, because I'm proxying Hellbrick as Azrael. The reason I'm doing that is because this army is Dark Angels. I was about to say Dark Templars, that's not right. Dark Angels. So Hellbrick being on a 60mm and Azrael being on a 50mm, I had to make some creative liberties. So I kept the majority of the body of the base, and I clipped off that section just off the back there, right by the skull. There's that big just clump of whatever back there, and I clipped that off because surprisingly this base fits pretty well on a 50mm already. I mean, there is a little bit of overhang, but other than that, worked out pretty well. Again, there you are to see me doing tons of minor adjustments just to get this demon to sit there correctly to a degree that looks natural enough. Now, I do know people are going to hound me in the comments saying, demon bodies don't remain. I agree. I am doing this specifically because I can do one thing. That demon blade, I have made that demon blade Excalibur as a demon blade. The reason I've done Excalibur as a demon blade is because it originally started as a holy blade or a black sword. But after King Arthur has slain a Helldrake, Merlin and him, to remove the sword from the Helldrake's body, had to use some psycho magic and bind the soul of the Helldrake to the blade, just so he could pull it out again. In doing so, corrupted the blade, making it a Chaos Blade. So now, every time King Arthur kills a demon, or a monster or an abomination, its soul feeds the blade and shuts it up in his head. Because of course the demons talk to him. Also, if you're looking for these Blaziers, or Blaziers, how they are called? For the backpack, one is from Abaddon, the other one is from Rabute. I don't recommend going for them. Go for 3D printed. Definitely go for 3D printed. Because guess what? A lot of the 3D printed ones look exactly the same. I regret doing it, but I had them laying around, so I'm like, it'll work for now. A lot of the bits I am showing, I've either had before or had close enough. Here's me putting his head on. I've chosen a, what kit was he from? Grey Hunters. A Grey Hunter's head, because he's got the nice sort of polished beard situation going on. So it fits pretty well in my book. I also take Azrael's combi bolter, trim down the sword, trim down the wrist and everything, so it actually fits in with the cape. And surprisingly, I did that really well without too much effort. It is very much compare, and then worked out really well. Drilled the barrel, because of course people are going to be annoyed if you don't. Why people get annoyed you don't drill your barrels, I don't know. Then King's head, of course, I did have to make some adjustments. It doesn't fit perfectly. I could have done a little bit more refining. I gave him a mullet because his back of his head was missing. I genuinely don't know what the hell I did with that. I think I was trying to do something else, but I have no clue. All I can tell you is he had no back of his head, so I just kind of made a mullet. Am I proud of the mullet? No. No, I'm not, but Aussie. And I used Crow's helmet as Hellbreak's helmet, because Hellbreak's got to be somewhat psychic to a degree, or be somewhat of a psyker, to deal with the constant temptation of the sword, because now it's no longer a holy sword, so makes sense to me. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Again, reminder, this is the first part of the video. This is the first part of this video sort of situation. Next part will be releasing in 2-3 days, roughly. Hopefully I can get it done by then. Basically, it's just a painting background, me painting the model in the background, my King Arthur in the background, and then I am talking about lore. That's pretty much it. So if you have enjoyed this video and want to see the next part, please consider liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell so you never miss another video, and I'll see you in the next one. Good.